Hello, Pat Skeets here from me and my Cricut.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I am today going to do an album share. These are all nature pages, and I have a lot of bird pictures, but you could use them for hiking, walking, camping, kids in the park, whatever. So, but they're mostly a nature theme. So I've got quite a few here, so I will, by the way, please subscribe below. Nobody ever does, and it's frustrating. I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe. All right, now, first of all, we had some ducks visit us in our backyard. Mallard and its spouse, a male and female. So this paper is from 49 and Market, and it's the terracotta collection. I like their collections, but they're just not my style, so I'm finding it adjusting to it. I'm finding it a little slow. I'm slowly getting there. Anyway, I do like the way this one turned out. I added some papers in the behind, and I just used their ephemera. Came on sheets that you punch them out. All these beautiful flowers. They give you quite a bit in it when you buy the whole collection. All these pieces, they're ephemera from the collection. So I just all kinds of patches of coordinating papers here, and then I repeated the same ones on this side. Even this is a piece of ephemera, very tiny zigzag border. Anyway, I do quite like it. Very pretty paper, isn't it? Oh. There. And now, oh, this is a pretty page. I like this. I like red and green. Okay, so on this page, it was quite simple, really. I did blocks, 2 blocks on the, repeating the paper on both sides, a border one and a background one. Here, I turned the background sideways. I guess, I wonder if this is, no, I changed it up. I thought it might be just turned around. But this ephemera is actually paper. I have a paper pad that came, it has these prints on it. So I fussy cut them because they're such beautiful clusters of flowers. I just fussy cut them, and I lifted them on lifters, and then used them for my clusters on the page. I did cut out some dragonflies, and you know, the tags are behind too for background. So I just found, what is this? I pulled papers that were in the colors of these groupings. So I used the red for the background and pulled a green and a beige that was in the fern and another red. This is just a border that I had, and so is this. They're for Creative Memories. I rep them, so I buy their stuff. I love their laser cut things. So, anyway, nobody ever buys Creative Memories from me either. Anyway, okay, because only Canadians can. All right, and I like using their word titles on pages a lot. I think if somebody came up with these, tons of these, I would just love it, because I love using them here and there on the photos, but there aren't enough of them. Creative Memories has them with their totally tonal collections, and so I buy all of those. I love getting these. Anyway, that's a simple page with dragonflies here and there all over, and I think it's quite pretty. I better keep myself organized. I've got a few videos to do. Now this one We feed the birds. So we have woodpeckers too. He was at our feeder. We caught pictures of him one day. We can hear him, but you don't hear him when he's at the feeder. So we were lucky to catch him. Anyway, this is a large floral print paper, so I cut it into pieces. There, I cut tags out of it. There's a corner, another corner, and then another 2 tags, I guess. And then I found a black and white polka dot paper. 2 great images of woodpeckers from Design Space. And just angled this photo so that, I don't know, just filled in the space better. This one being horizontal, it worked better around the floral arrangements. So that was quite, oh, this is just even, I just put a little bit of this ribbon up there. Cut it from the paper. And then I have a bird punch. So I just did a whole bunch of little birds and spread them all around. And these embellishments are from 49 and Market as well. All those and these with a little bee. I lifted the bees and the flowers and the birds and the butterflies. I lifted all of these things, not the little birds, but it makes for a pretty page. I added some enamel dots too. I don't mind doing them in lines. Everybody does clusters of them, but sometimes I like to just do them in a line. It's just a little different. So, pretty page too. See, that I wouldn't mind using some of these pages for different occasions. Hello, spring. All right, that's Orioles. We do feed the Orioles in the spring. Well, I put out a feeder to attract them, but they sure don't stay long. Anyway, I caught some beautiful pictures of this Oriole, or these. I'm not sure if there's 1 or 2 there. So, I found this lovely paper. I made a great big background with it. And then I cut out some 4-inch squares with it. And just staggered them around and did some orange squares and a couple of tags with this orange floral. And then I love this great big image. These are cedar bushes that I have all along there behind the feeder. And so these reminded me of the cedars because they always hide in the bushes when another bigger bird comes, or the jays scare them away. And then they poke their heads out and jump out to the feeder. Anyway, this reminded me a lot of the cedar branches and the branches on this paper. So that's why I used that image. And just one great big title, Hello Spring. I joined the pages with these, well, they're just 1/2-inch borders with paper. So I like that. I did mat these so that they would show up better, all these squares, and matted the circle too. Inking it just wasn't going to be enough. Now, here we have another page of Orioles. I just love them, but they really don't stay long. Now, on this page, I did a wide border across both pages. I guess that's 6 inches. So then I added just a 1/2-inch border at the bottom. And I found this coordinating print, which is really pretty. So I did a big box on top there and a rectangle up here. Just mixing it up and repeating everything on both sides. So it's quite simple. These are Creative Memories selection. And I just love it. The borders and the flowers, this group of embellishments, and a tag. I love that cluster. It's actually, I just bought it again yesterday on a 60% off sale. Anyway, when you watch this video, that sale will be long over. I added another little piece of paper here on each side to make this look like it's framed, but it really isn't. So this would be a really pretty page for children, even at a park or playground. Very pretty. Don't we all love paper? All right. Oh, how does this go? I guess it goes like this. I try to face all my images in the photos inwards. So this facing out and this facing out is not what I prefer. That's why I thought it might be the wrong way, because this bird definitely should be on this side. But both of them are, so there's nothing you can do about it. All right. So I'm wondering if this is a repeat. And it is. So this is the same. I just turned it and then added big corners, floral corners there. I put them on lifters. I lift a lot of things. Most people who put them in albums don't like to do the lifting. It really does make your albums thick. Anyway, just a big border and another pretty one, pretty paper on top. It's cut into a tag, and I used marker on the edge to define the edge better. Marker here too on this one. Anyway, there's another tag going this way, and then a smaller one that's shorter. So I had these stickers in my stash, and they were on like a sticker sheet like you get from Echo Park, but it was very vintage looking. But they are Oreos, so I decided to use them because I've had them forever. Anyway, and this is just ephemera too. So there's not much Cricut on this, just these two floral images. I did emboss these, the flower, the background of the flower. Gives it a little more texture. And that paper is shimmery too. Don't use glittery paper much anymore. More Oreos, and they love oranges, so I used orange images for this page. I have a banner going this way, another one up more on the left. This one's more to the right. Big wide banner across the middle, and shorter and shorter, narrower too. They're only an inch. And then I did the reverse on this side. So here we have a title and a flower. There I have a cluster, sort of this and one there. But I did add an extra flower up there because it looked kind of bare. I don't like bare spots. Oh, I did add some of these too. I guess it was just too bare here and up there. So I repeated all the different papers and added little tiny tabs. I guess I put another orange there. And I do like this tree punch from, it's Creative Memories punch too. So I did emboss the orange to make it textured. I used that same embossing folder. I'll show. I used that for golf balls too. And reversed, it can be animals, different kinds of fish or animals. So they're multi-purpose. Anyway, I just lined my photos up horizontally and bumped one up to make room for a cluster. This is all layered too, this orange. It's cute. Anyway, little tags everywhere sticking out. Pretty page. Oh, I love this next one. I guess I just love the colors. It's very dramatic. Look at that. Now, I don't know if that's an oriole or yellow finches. I think, I can't remember. Anyway, there they are on top of the cedars. So I did sprigs for, because they're on sprigs. I just used that for corners. And then I found birdhouse images that I thought were really cute, all different ones. And I did birds on a wire. And then I did the straight one here at the bottom of this photo. I lifted every one of those birds up on little foam lifters, so it really stands out. They're so cute. And now this is, oh, I lifted this too. These are just ephemera that I have. Bird, you know, little yellow birds in it, and I've added a couple of bees maybe, 3. Of course I did it in 3s. 1, 2, 3 clusters. And there's another one of the words that I like adding, caught up in the moment. I just really like adding these little things to my pages. And here I've done the pearls in lines, again, rather than clusters. There, there, there. And a few odd ones and tiny ones on these branches. That's it. Very pretty paper. Just squares in the back, 10-inch squares for the background that are matted. And a stripe on this at an angle in a coordinating paper with a big flower. And there it is there. So that's another pretty page. Well, this could be used for something else. And here we have cardinals. Isn't that pretty? All right, so for a background, I used just a soft green paper, and then I had this red paper with small flowers on it. So I used it sparingly, top and bottom borders, and then right the longest border in the middle. And I added some darker green paper, just build on that to make it a little thicker, and then added the bright green. So I used this has music on it. So I used that same paper to cut out these trees and the backgrounds for my tags. Now this is a laser cut frame from Creative Memories, and I cut it at a diagonal, and I used half of it here and half of it there. Unless it's 2 different ones. It might be 2 different ones. I'm not sure. I have to see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because they have different backgrounds. These are always reversible. They come in 2 colors. One on one side and one on the other. Anyway, so they're just, yeah, that one was cut on a diagonal this way. So I created my cluster here, another one there, and I added 2 tags because they fit where my spots were kind of empty. So that's another page. Now this could be used for camping or hiking. Yeah, I don't do a lot of those things because I'm really old, so I end up scrapbooking a lot of nature pictures with birds and trees and flowers. But they're very versatile. They could be used for a lot of different things. Oh, I love this. Okay, this is just a whole bunch of circles in coordinating papers, and all those papers come from the colors of this with the mushrooms. So I decided to use a mushroom theme, and I probably just had my new mushroom border from Creative Memories. So I made them in red to pop. I used that also down the outside. And just coordinating papers in circles that would pop. And I made them pop more by matting them in black. So then I just did little gnomes, because I also had a collection from Creative Memories of gnomes that you can, all the heads and the bodies are separate. You can coordinate them, mix and match. And they're all different hats and things, so they were cute. So I had a little fun with that, putting gnomes all around the page. And then I decided to put string on this cardinal around at the neck. I don't know why, I just did it to create interest. Put my nice title on, lifted that, and all my little ephemera things are lifted too. all on raggedy looking wood because of the color of the female. They don't get the attention they probably should. So that's another one. And now I get beautiful sunrises out my back windows. And this is one from one morning we took these photos out the back. So I found this wonderful image in Design Space of a sunrise or sunset. And then I did this great big beautiful sun image. And because I have all these trees in the photos, I did a line. I found a tree border and I used it top and bottom. And there's all these trees too in this image. So I quite like it. Now, what I also did was, in the next layout, I put this very same image, I used it to do the next page. And you'll see how different it could be used. Like using one image two different ways. So, here is the next one. So I just did the image, the sunset, really big, and I put it like a full page size, and I put it right across the middle, and then I put my photos around, and I did great big tree image on a border. I think I welded it to a border, and then I used part of it. Because it's on both sides, I put mine trees on both sides. And this was a different sunset, or sunrise rather. So it has purples and more purples and blues in it. So I used this watercolor paper that had some of those, more of the purples and oranges because of the colors of this sunrise. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my pages. Please remember to subscribe below. And oh, you'll find all these in Scrapbook Everyday Life number 55 on my website. I must tell you, there are Design Space links for all of my pages on my website. So, and I have a Facebook group. Please join. I would love that. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Happy scrapping.